Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me again today or this week. I wanted to just film a quick uncensored, unedited vegan Q&A. I had just popped a question in regards to creating a little video, an updated Q&A on my Instagram, and some of you guys sent me some questions. So I'm going to get straight to those questions and answer them for you today. So let's see here. All right, where are all the questions? Okay, here we go. So these are really, really great questions. Thank you so much to everybody who is asking them. So the first question I got was, how do you ensure you're getting enough B12? This was a struggle of mine. This is a really, really great question, and I've actually received this quite a lot since going vegan. So for those of you who are new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Amanda. What's kind of cool is that, the research that I've done, especially what I did before I went vegan, and now that I've been vegan for 6 years, the research that I've done actually said and stated that the B12 that you receive prior to, going into a vegan lifestyle, it actually stays within your system for about 5 years, which means that the B12 that I was receiving in my body, okay, before I went vegan, it just ran out last year. So now my body is now getting used to, taking in more plant-based versions of B12. Okay, so you won't be B12 deficient unless you're not getting enough nutrients. Okay, so a really great source of B12 for us as vegans is nutritional yeast. It's very high in B12. And I do recommend just a B12 supplement. You can find Jameson, I believe, is what I like to use. And I get it in like a little spray. So you can even get like peppermint flavor or raspberry flavor. Literally all you do is you shake it and then you spray a couple sprays in your mouth. And I don't do that daily. I do that weekly. But if you feel like you're new to the vegan lifestyle and you're really wanting to make sure that you are kind of getting in that B12, then by all means get that in every day. But you don't have to worry. And I get these questions a lot about nutrients, like, are you getting enough protein? Are you getting enough iron? Are you getting enough B12? And the biggest thing that, I really want to reiterate is that if you're considering going, into a vegan lifestyle and eating this way, the most important thing that you could do for yourself is do research. Don't just, say, okay, I'm going to be vegan today. But if you're not eating enough nutrients, if you're not getting enough on your plate, then you will be hungry, you will feel sick, and you will go back to eating meat, dairy, and eggs, right? So, you need to make sure you're eating, really, really healthy whole foods. So something, for example, as far as protein goes, right? A lot of people are like, oh, well, you could be protein deficient. No, it's actually impossible to be protein deficient unless you are starving, okay? So, I like to get a lot of my protein and my sources of fiber, for example, from beans and legumes. Sometimes I'll have tofu occasionally or a meat alternative if I'm feeling it. But you don't need to rely on meat alternatives for protein. You can get that from nuts, nut butter. You can get that from legumes, beans. So you don't have to worry about getting a lot of preservatives and packaged foods. Stick to whole foods and do your research. So I kind of went on a bit of a tangent there, but if you're worried about your B12 supplement or your protein or your iron, just really do your research on what foods are really high in those items and make sure you're taking quite a bit of that in, right? So if you're making a salad, for example, for your family, they may only, need, a handful of salad because maybe they have, some meat and potatoes on their plate. But you being vegan, you may need maybe 3 handfuls of that salad. And, beans, rice, all of that to fill you up and make sure you're getting your nutrients. So it's really about doing your research and seeing how you feel. We are often the best judge of our own system, of our own body. So see how you feel. If you're feeling a little bit depleted of energy, maybe you didn't eat enough that day. Maybe you're not taking in enough water throughout the day. Maybe you're not taking in enough carbohydrates, healthy carbohydrates like bananas or, you know, wild rice or brown rice. Maybe you're not taking in enough. So definitely kind of check in with yourself and do your research. I did research for a full year before going vegan, so highly, highly recommend. So sorry, I kind of went off on a tangent. That's why it's uncensored, because this happens. If any of my students are watching me, hi, you know that this is me on monologue. Oh, this is cute. I just got a question about my clothes and makeup. So vegan clothes, makeup. Typically, you know, for makeup, I really love using Essence. It's really cheap. I don't know if do they have that in the States? I live in Canada, so just to kind of give you a bit of an idea, I don't know if they have that in the States, but I do love Essence. It's really cheap and it's good stuff. Love it. Their mascara is really great. You can also find some brands, like vegan brands, that are in drugstores or, you know, even in Sephora, that sort of thing, but oftentimes they're quite expensive. So I would say just kind of do your research. PETA has a really great list of different makeup brands that are vegan and cruelty-free. I'm also a really big fan of It Cosmetics. Their stuff is cruelty-free. It's really great. And again, there's a lot of drugstore brands. I believe Physicians Formula also is cruelty-free, which is awesome. So definitely take a look and see what's best for you. And also, if you are like me and you have very sensitive skin and you are trying to clear up your acne or get that under control, I recommend all oil-free products. Do not put oils on your skin. Whatever you do not go out and get coconut oil and douse your face in it. Coconut oil does not belong on your face. Oil-free, okay? Oil-free. Clothing. Again, with clothes, you know, I won't wear leather, things like that. So you just opt for faux leather. I know Aritzia is another big thing. It's a great boutique here in Canada. I believe that they just started opening up some stores in the States, so you can definitely find that. But they do have some really awesome vegan leather options. Their vegan leather pants and leggings are great. Jackets, so you know you don't have to go too far to find those really great leather looks without, you know, harming animals. Let's see. Oh, this is another really good one. Great cheese substitutes. So I know I have a lot of friends who say like, oh, I can't give up cheese. It's so delicious. Yeah, so I understand. My mom is plant-based, and she had a really hard time giving up cheese because we're Italian and cheese and bread was like a big thing. But she's not eating cheese anymore. Some of her favorite substitutes are actually like the Daiya cheese slices. If she's craving grilled cheese, she'll just pop one of those on. We also really like Daiya because it's also soy-free. And I really try to stay away from soys and stuff like that if I can. And all of those preservatives. But if you're really craving something, I would say Daiya cheese is a really good option. But yeah, it's really just it's very personal. I try and stay away from eating a lot of like processed foods, a lot of packaged foods. So I don't really crave those items. But definitely look up if you go, you know, to your local supermarket. There's usually an organic section, or if you go like where like there's usually the typical dairy, like yogurt and milk and stuff, then you can usually find the alternatives in the same section. So just take a peek and see what best suits you. But yeah, Daiya is the one that I usually have if I'm craving a grilled cheese. Let's see. Is there any more questions here? Okay, well, it looks like there's no more questions. Those are the main ones that I got. Others were just like, hello, how are you? I guess I'll just speak to a couple things really quick before I sign off of this video. But I just want to say, if you are considering going plant-based or going into a vegan lifestyle, and this is really your first go at it, you know, my best recommendation is to do your research. And, you know, that, I guess it's kind of the same, you know, in regards to maybe you were vegan at one point and, you know, you tried eating it, you know, you tried eating more vegan options and things like that, and maybe you fell off the wagon, and maybe you're trying to come back on. Know that those things happen. Know that nobody's perfect. Everybody slips up. You make mistakes. When you're first going vegan, sometimes it's hard to just gauge, you know, where you can eat out, right? Or what's going to fill and nourish your body, because everybody's different. But, I really truly believe that you need to do your research, and it's not enough to just, pick up a book and, read one and then say, okay, I'm done. I'm going to be vegan. Like, I did a full year of research, and I think that that's something that really has helped me sustain my, my choices in being vegan and being, living a vegan lifestyle. If you are interested in looking into some research, I highly recommend the twins who really kind of, really set me up on my journey. They're called Nina and Randa, and they are phenomenal. They have a YouTube channel here, and they've worked very closely with various doctors, including Dr. McDougall, who changed my life. He actually wrote this starch solution. He's amazing, and they actually have their own book called The Clear Skin Diet. Highly recommend. I'll leave some links below to those, the channel and those books if you're interested. They are phenomenal. Those were the first books that I read. I also read the China Study, which I'll leave a link to below, just in preparation for joining and getting into being a vegan. So yeah, do your research, and if that means starting off slow, that's okay. Maybe for you, you're going to just try and eat vegan twice a week. Maybe you start with twice a week, and then maybe you go 3 times a week, and then maybe the next week it's 4 and 5 until you're a full week being vegan, and then, you can continue to do that. That's up to you. So don't feel like you need to run a marathon. It's not about that. It's about the journey, and it's really about getting to know yourself and your body and how you feel. And if you're interested in what I eat in a day or any other questions about being vegan, please just leave me a comment below. I'd really love to know if you're interested. I also love playing with different recipes. So if you would like to see recipes that I like, to make for breakfast, lunch, dinner, please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment below. And then, yeah, I'd be happy to share some of those recipes with you. Okay, everybody, I hope you have an awesome week. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your questions, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye.